The world is full of extraordinary places, hidden gems waiting to be unearthed. The Faroe Islands are calling. Imagine towering cliffs that plunge into churning seas. Envision a landscape painted in vibrant greens and blues, where sheep outnumber people. This is the raw, unfiltered allure of the Faroe Islands. The Faroe Islands are a tapestry woven with threads of wonder. Each island a unique brushstroke and a masterpiece of natural artistry. From the rugged coastline to the quaint villages nestled in valleys, every corner holds a new surprise. Explore hidden coves and marvel at the power of the ocean. Hike through verdant valleys and discover cascading waterfalls. Watch in awe as thousands of seabirds soar through the sky. Spot playful puffins nesting on cliffsides. This is not your typical island getaway. The Faroe Islands offer a different pace, a chance to escape the ordinary. Get ready to be captivated by the magic of the Faroe Islands, a place where nature's raw beauty is unveiled in all its glory. The rumble of the plane's engine slowly fades as we make our descent. Through the window, a sight to behold. Rugged islands, carpeted in emerald green, rise from the steel-gray waters of the North Atlantic. We touch down at Vágar Airport, our gateway to this remote archipelago. The air is crisp and clean, carrying with it the scent of salt and sea. Stepping off the plane, a wave of exhilaration washes over me. Our adventure begins in Tórshavn, the charming capital city. Tórshavn is a city of intriguing contrasts. It's a vibrant capital, steeped in history and tradition, yet it retains a small-town charm. Colorful houses, painted in hues of red, blue, and green, line the harbor. Fishing boats bob gently in the water, their nets full of the day's catch. We wander through the narrow cobblestone streets, our senses ignited by the sights, sounds, and smells of this enchanting city. Despite its remote location, Tórshavn pulsates with a youthful energy. Trendy cafes and restaurants line the streets, offering a taste of Faroese and international cuisine. Local boutiques showcase the work of talented Faroese artisans. As we explore the city, we can't help but be struck by the warmth and friendliness of the Faroese people. As the sun begins its descent, casting a warm glow over the city, Tórshavn transforms into a symphony of colors. The sky erupts in a blaze of orange, pink, and purple hues, reflecting off the water and painting the colorful houses in a new light. We find ourselves drawn to the harbor where the setting sun creates a magical spectacle. It's the perfect end to our first day in the Faroe Islands. Our journey into the heart of the Faroe Islands' raw beauty begins with a visit to Lake Sorvagsvatn. Nestled on the island of Vágar, this lake, also known as Leitisvatn, is a true marvel of nature. Imagine a vast expanse of crystal-clear water perched precariously atop towering cliffs. As we approach the lake, a sense of awe washes over us. The lake stretches out before us, its surface a mirror reflecting the ever-changing moods of the sky. From this vantage point, it's easy to see why Lake Sorvagsvatn is often called the lake over the ocean. The optical illusion is created by the steep cliffs that surround the lake. In reality, the lake is only about 30 meters above sea level. We take a moment to soak in the beauty of our surroundings. The air is fresh and invigorating, carrying with it the scent of salt and wildflowers. We decide to hike along the edge of the cliffs, eager to get a closer look at this natural wonder. Our journey through the stunning landscapes of the Faroe Islands continues, leading us to the edge of the world. Our destination is the Kallur Lighthouse, a solitary sentinel perched on the edge of a sheer cliff. The drive to the lighthouse is an adventure in itself. Winding roads hug the coastline, offering breathtaking views of towering cliffs and cascading waterfalls. As we get closer to our destination, the landscape becomes increasingly dramatic. The Kallur Lighthouse standing tall and proud against the backdrop of the wild Atlantic. The lighthouse, painted in stark white and red stripes, stands as a beacon of hope for sailors navigating these treacherous waters. For centuries it has guided ships safely through storms and fog, we make our way carefully towards the edge of the cliff, the wind threatening to sweep us off our feet. Below us, the waves crash against the rocks with a deafening roar. In this moment we feel a profound sense of connection to the forces of nature. Leaving behind the dramatic landscapes of the coast, we venture deeper into the heart of the Faroe Islands. Our destination, Gjogv, a picturesque village nestled in a valley on the northeastern tip of Eysturoy Island. As we approach the village, the landscape softens. Rolling hills carpeted in vibrant green pastures replace the towering cliffs. Gjogv, meaning gorge in Faroese, takes its name from a 200-meter-long sea-filled gorge that forms a natural harbor. The village itself appears as if frozen in time, a cluster of charming grass-roofed houses. Time seems to move slower here, the pace of life dictated by the rhythms of nature. We begin our exploration of Gjogv with a stroll through the village. The houses, built from wood and stone, their roofs covered in a thick layer of grass, blend seamlessly into the surrounding landscape. Narrow, winding paths lead us past gardens bursting with colorful flowers. The gorge, the village's namesake, is a sight to behold. It's easy to imagine the lives of the villagers, their existence intrinsically linked to the rhythms of the sea. Our journey through the heart of Faroese village life continues, leading us to Saksun, a hidden gem nestled in a deep valley on the northwestern coast of Streymoy Island. As we approach the village, driving along a narrow road that winds its way through towering mountains, we're greeted by a scene of breathtaking beauty. A lagoon, its turquoise waters sparkling in the sunlight, stretches out before us. And nestled at the edge of the lagoon, we spot Saksun, a cluster of charming grass-roofed houses. As we get closer, we're struck by the tranquility of the place. Saksun, like Gjogv, is a place where life seems to move at a slower pace. We wander through the village, our senses alight with the sights, sounds, and smells of rural Faroese life. Sheep graze peacefully on the hillsides, their bells tinkling in the breeze. We pause to admire the village church, a simple yet elegant structure built from local stone. As we explore Saksun, we can't help but be struck by the sense of community that permeates this small village. Our exploration of the Faroe Islands' raw beauty takes an exhilarating turn as we set sail for Mykines, the westernmost island in the archipelago. As our boat cuts through the choppy waters of the North Atlantic, the island emerges from the mist. Mykines is renowned for its exceptional bird life, a haven for thousands of seabirds that flock to its cliffs each year to nest and raise their young. We disembark the boat, eager to set foot on this land that feels both ancient and untouched. The air is alive with the sound of the wind whipping through the grass and the crashing of waves against the cliffs. It's a symphony of nature, both exhilarating and humbling. Our adventure on Mykines begins with a hike, a trek across the island's rugged terrain that will lead us to some of the most breathtaking views the Faroe Islands have to offer. The path, well-maintained but often steep, winds its way up and down hills, across streams, and along the edges of cliffs that plunge hundreds of feet into the churning sea below. It's a hike that demands respect for nature's power, a constant reminder of the forces that have shaped this dramatic landscape over millennia. But, oh, the challenges of the hike are quickly forgotten as we're rewarded with views that take our breath away. To our left, the vast expanse of the Atlantic Ocean stretches out as far as the eye can see, its surface a constantly changing canvas of blues, greens, and grays. To our right, towering cliffs rise up from the sea, their slopes carpeted in a vibrant tapestry of green grass, dotted with wildflowers in a riot of colors. And everywhere we look, seabirds soar through the air, their cries echoing across the landscape. It's a scene of wild beauty, a sensory overload that leaves us speechless. As we continue our hike, we come across the stars of the show, the reason why thousands of visitors flock to Mykines each year, the puffins. These adorable birds with their black and white plumage, bright orange beaks, and comical waddling gait have earned the nickname Clowns of the Sea. And it's easy to see why. We find them perched on the edges of cliffs, their burrows hidden among the rocks and grass. They seem unperturbed by our presence, going about their daily business of fishing, nesting, and tending to their young. We watch in awe as they dive into the water, their bodies disappearing beneath the waves, only to reappear moments later, beaks full of fish. The puffins are a delight to observe, their antics bringing smiles to our faces. We watch as they preen their feathers, their beaks working furiously, as they squabble over nesting sites, their cries echoing across the cliffs, and as they waddle awkwardly along the ground, their short legs struggling to keep up with their plump bodies. But the puffins are just one part of the avian spectacle that unfolds before us on Mykonos. The cliffs are alive with thousands of other seabirds, each species adding its own unique voice and movement to the symphony of nature. We spot gannets, their wingspans stretching over 6 feet, soaring effortlessly on the wind currents, their white plumage gleaming in the sunlight. We watch in awe as they plummet from the sky, their bodies piercing the water with a splash, their aim true as they emerge moments later, beaks clutching silvery fish. We see guillemots, their black and white plumage resembling miniature penguins perched precariously on narrow ledges, their nests tucked into crevices in the rock. And we hear the haunting cries of kittiwakes, their white bodies and black-tipped wings a blur of motion as they swoop and dive through the air, their calls echoing across the water. It's an avian ballet, a spectacle of nature that leaves us breathless with wonder. As we make our way back to the harbor, the sun beginning its slow descent towards the horizon, we carry with us memories that will last a lifetime. Mykonos, the wild, untamed heart of the Faroe Islands, has captured our hearts. As the sun begins its descent, painting the sky in hues of amber and rose, the Faroe Islands reveal a different kind of magic. The dramatic landscapes, so captivating in the harsh light of day, soften into a gentle embrace of golden light. The towering cliffs, once forbidding, now seem to glow from within, their jagged edges softened by the warm light. We find ourselves drawn to a secluded spot, a grassy knoll overlooking the ocean, the perfect vantage point to witness nature's evening spectacle. The air is still, the wind having died down to a gentle whisper, carrying with it the scent of salt and damp earth. The only sounds are the gentle lapping of waves against the shore, and the distant cries of seabirds returning to their nests. As the sun dips below the horizon, the sky erupts in a symphony of colors. Orange melts into pink, which deepens into violet, the hues reflected in the water below, creating a scene of almost surreal beauty. We stand there, mesmerized, as the sky transforms into a canvas of ever-changing colors, each moment more breathtaking than the last. There's a sense of peace that descends upon the Faroe Islands at sunset, a palpable shift in the atmosphere that's hard to describe. It's as if the islands themselves are taking a deep breath, releasing the day's energy and settling into a state of quiet contemplation. We find ourselves speaking in hushed tones, almost afraid to break the spell of the moment. As the last rays of sunlight fade, casting long shadows across the landscape, we can almost feel the presence of the past. These islands, so steeped in history and legend, have witnessed countless sunsets, each one a testament to the enduring power of nature. We imagine the Vikings who first settled these islands over 1,000 years ago, gazing up at the same sky, their own lives as fleeting as the colors that dance across the heavens. There's a sense of timelessness here, a feeling that we're connected to something much greater than ourselves. The worries and anxieties of everyday life seem to melt away, replaced by a sense of awe and wonder. We linger on our hilltop as darkness descends, the stars beginning to twinkle in the velvet sky. The air grows cooler, and a light mist rolls in from the sea, shrouding the landscape in an ethereal glow. There's a sense of mystery now, a feeling that anything is possible. We make our way back down the hill, our path illuminated by the soft glow of our torches. The silence is broken only by the sound of our footsteps on the damp grass, and the distant bleating of sheep. We pass a small cottage, its windows glowing warmly in the darkness. We imagine a family gathered inside, sharing stories and laughter, their lives intertwined with the rhythms of this remote and beautiful land. As we reach our own accommodation, a sense of contentment washes over us. We've spent the day exploring the raw beauty of the Faroe Islands, from its dramatic landscapes to its charming villages, but it's this moment, this quiet contemplation under a star-filled sky that will stay with us long after we've left these shores. And so, as our journey through the raw beauty of the Faroe Islands draws to a close, we find ourselves reflecting on the incredible tapestry of experiences we've woven together. From the moment we first set foot on these rugged shores, we've been captivated by the sheer power and majesty of nature's artistry. We've stood in awe of towering cliffs that plunge into the churning Atlantic, their jagged edges sculpted by centuries of wind and wave. We've hiked through verdant valleys, our senses invigorated by the scent of wildflowers and the sound of cascading waterfalls. We've wandered through charming villages, their colorful houses huddled together as if for protection against the elements, and felt the warmth of the Faroes people, their lives deeply connected to the rhythms of this land. We've witnessed the comical antics of puffins on mykeens, their bright orange beaks and clumsy waddles bringing smiles to our faces. We've felt the spray of the ocean on our faces as we sailed past towering sea stacks, their peaks shrouded in mist and legend. And we've stood in silent contemplation as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in a breathtaking spectacle of color and light. The Faroe Islands, we've discovered, are more than just a destination. They're a state of mind, a place where you can reconnect with nature, challenge your limits, and discover a different pace of life. They're a place where the wildness of the landscape is matched only by the warmth of the people, where ancient traditions live on in the shadow of modern life. As we leave these shores behind, we carry with us a renewed sense of wonder and a deep appreciation for the raw, untamed beauty of the natural world. We know that the memories we've made here will stay with us long after we've returned to the familiar rhythms of our own lives. And perhaps, just perhaps, we'll hear the call of the wild beckoning us back to these shores someday. Until then, we'll cherish the memories, share the stories, and encourage others to answer the call of adventure and discover the magic of the Faroe Islands for themselves.